What is up? We're coming at you with some soccer picks today. We're missing Mike today, though, but don't worry, Mike. I know he's going to listen. I got it covered with an MLS pick for us. So I'm making sure we have some representation here. Steve's going to have most of the picks per usual. With such a big basketball weekend, Stefan, and March Madness really getting going this week, why should we watch soccer this week?
Because it's delightful to have a little bit of drama in your life early on a Saturday morning. A lot of these games are going to start at like 8 a.m. Mountain Time, which is where we are, 10 a.m. And so, like some of those early games in basketball aren't always the most exciting. They have some sleepy starts. So start off your day with some coffee and a crazy game.
Make sure to tell your wives and girlfriends that you can wake up at 6 a.m. and watch basketball till 10 p.m. on Saturday, and they are going to be so excited about that.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep. All right. Well, let's dive in. I'll kick us off with our first pick.
Absolutely. America first. Let's go.
America first, baby. MLS soccer. We only have a 3-game sample size, right? So we don't have a lot to go off of. However, we do generally know early in the season who's a really bad team versus at least a decent team. So we got DC United at home versus Montreal. Montreal is an absolute basement, terrible team going to DC. DC has scored 2 goals. So they have scored 2 goals in every game so far. So 1, 2, 3 games, 2 goals exactly each time. So we're going to pull a Stefan special is what I'm calling this one.
Love it.
Is DC to win. So DC on the money line, over 1.5 goals. Technically it's over at one. It's either 1.5 for the game or for DC. It doesn't matter. It's the same bet.
So, math works the same way regardless.
Yes, it's weird how that works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I don't have any I'm going to be totally honest. Like, we're a transparent show. I couldn't name a player on either of these teams. I'm going with our strategy of betting against really bad soccer teams on this version of the show.
Going with trends, baby. I like it.
Yep. All right, let's move into real world level soccer, though. Who do you want to talk about first?
Well, I mean, it's going to be kind of on par with the MLS. We're going to go over to the English League One, where Wickham Wanderers host Wrexham. So number 2 versus number 3 in the table. So a top of the table clash, if you will.
Yes.
Eric. And what's crazy to me is you can get Wrexham draw at plus 225. Like, they're coming in. They're a little bit beat up injury-wise. So I'm not surprised that Wickham is favored here. They're minus 105 on the money line, but I think Wrexham is going to put a hell of a fight. And, I like them to just at least get a draw here. I'm going to play it on the double chance as well, but that gets you all the way down like minus 140. So I just like the juice on a draw at plus 225. It's just too big of a number here for a number 2 versus number 3 to end in a draw. Just feels like the right bet. So I might do that. Yep. And then also play Wrexham first half money line at plus 320.
Yeah.
Just kind of like a little funsy one, but yeah,
we don't call many draws on this show, so that's pretty awesome. I think people forget how it is like a full third of a possibility of what could happen in a game, right? And I think most people, especially US soccer bettors like myself, like, honestly, just don't even look at the draw most of the time because we don't want it to, like, we don't like that it happens.
It happens so often, right?
I bet European bettors are like, oh yeah, the draw is probably a bet that they put in more than any other American bettor would put in.
Yeah, so, maybe. I'm curious. We'll have to look into the data, Eric.
We'll look into the data. We'll do it.
We won't. I'll tell you that right now. I'm not.
No, we definitely will not follow up on that commitment. Speaking of draws, you have a couple double chance picks here for your next one.
Yes. So I have today we have 2 double chance parlays. So we get to talk about a lot of games, a lot of teams in a short amount of time. So the first one we're looking at is we're going to take Nottingham Forest on the double chance. Nottingham Forest get to play Ipswich. They're going on the road, but Nottingham Forest is a team that I have continually tried to bet against, and I continually lose. So we're flipping the script here, kind of like what we did with the Rams this year in the NFL, where they were your team and then you abandoned them. So I adopted them and they continued to win. Nottingham Forest, we're sorry. We're going to jump on the bandwagon here. We're going to take you. Well, first, I'm just going to take them to win straight up on the money line. Ipswich hasn't won since December 30th. They beat Chelsea. Everything since then has either been a draw or loss in the Premier League. They have had a couple of like FA and EFL Cup wins, but in the Premier League, they haven't won this year. So we're going to take Forest, who continues to win, number 3 in the table right now, trailing Liverpool and Arsenal. We're going to take them to win at -105. We're also going to take them on the double chance, and then we're going to parlay that with Wolverhampton Wanderers or Wolves on the double chance. Wolves play Southampton. Southampton is the worst team in the Prem. They're awful. Yeah, Wolves aren't great, and they just lost one of their best players in Cunha. So it could be a struggle to win, but they're not going to lose this game to They're not going to lose to Southampton.
Yep.
So you get these two pretty safe bets at -147. So it's not cheap, but to me, like, this one can't lose. Eric, this one can't lose.
Obviously. Even though Ipswich is the home team, man, I kind of like that they're gonna just slide a little bit more this week. Like, we had Ipswich, we lost our bet that was against Ipswich last week because Palace couldn't score an extra goal. But Ipswich should have drawn that game and gotten a Premier League point and tried to maybe start making something out of not being relegated, but that's obviously bound to happen. So I think I like Nottingham Forest, that Ipswich just kind of continues its slide and Nottingham Forest gets to take advantage of a pretty down. They probably don't feel great about themselves. I'm going with the feeling angle of this one. So
I like also think Ipswich is kind of the team that in Ted Lasso, they kind of base it off of. It's all the same colors, similar type of crest.
It is. Yes.
So, but we're rooting against them, by the way. We're going for Nottingham Forest to this.
Fuck you, Ed Sheeran. All right. Yep. Last but not least, let's go to La Liga.
Yep. Another fun one here. We are going to take another can't miss parlay. We're going to take Real Madrid on the double chance. Yes, they just lost in the Champions League. They are not advancing. No, they did advance on penalties, excuse me. But they lost the game, but because of goal differential anyway. But before that, they let us down the week before against Real Betis. But we're going to take Real Madrid on the double chance as they go to Real Madrid. Again, we just need them to not lose. I don't see that happening. And then we're also going to take Real Betis on the money line, who we were just talking about. This game is on Sunday. They play Leganes. Real Betis is full of really great talent. I don't see them losing on the road to Leganes, a mid to lower table team, not good at all. Betis is fighting for a spot in European football. They're still pushing for Champions League. So we're going to take two top of the table teams here in La Liga to both not lose, and we get that at -135.
Yeah, man, two more teams that kind of let us down. Not because they lost games, but because they didn't cover the bets we needed them to in recent weeks. So let's go back to this. Well, man, I think we're.
Well, here's the difference. In those ones, we needed them to win, and now we just need them to not fucking lose. So,
dude,
you're no loser, Real Madrid. Come on.
Again, to go back to my very obvious comment for soccer bettors, but for not as many soccer bettors, like when you're doing double chance, you're covering 2/3 of the possible outcomes. So.
And when you're taking a favorite on the double chance too.
Yeah, and taking a favorite. So it's actually better than 2/3 odds that you're going to do this. And so that's why it's a beautiful bet, even at -135. And the other one we have is at -147. Man, like that is still good value.
Hey, what if you put those two together, Eric? I'm just kidding.
Can we do? I'm going to do a 4-leg double chance. I'm definitely throwing. I'm throwing some bucks on the 4-leg double chance.
I do those round robins sometimes, but not when they're this badly juiced. I'll do those when they're like kind of like -200s. I'll put those in a round robin sometimes.
You lucky online bettors! Right. I'm so jealous as someone who has to go to a casino and does not get all this flexibility that you have with this creative things. But that's all right.
You still get to bet though, baby. That's all that matters. Hey,
that's right.
But we should mention, bet responsibly, everyone. We want you guys to have fun, but don't go crazy. Don't take it out of hand. Only bet what you're happy to lose. Also, we've got March Madness coming up, so you want to stick around and listen to that. In the upcoming weeks, we've got lots of basketball popping up before then too. Eric is dialed in. He's making money hand over fist. They're almost going to kick him out of the casino because he's making so much money. So hopefully he loses a little bit here so that they don't kick him out for good.
Don't give him ideas, and I'm gonna jinx it. But recording this on Thursday night at 7:30 my time, man. I'm undefeated in my basketball picks today. I'm like 8-0 right now. Like I'm crushing it today. So yeah, looking forward to getting people some more of that this weekend. Thanks for making it the part of the show where we run this down though and just give you the summary. Got to remove got to run my production here in the background. Sorry, y'all. All right. Don't forget to follow us on TikTok, X, Instagram. Those are all fun, but most importantly, follow us on YouTube, subscribe to the channel and the podcast. Hit all the like, subscribe, all the positive buttons for us. We're going to run it down. I'll start us off. I have an MLS pick, the only U.S. soccer pick we have, which is a DC United on the money line. And for a same game parlay, you're going to add over 1.5 goals to get you to minus 140 versus a very bad Montreal team. All right, Stefan.
Love it. All right, we're going to take in English League One. We're going to take the Wickham Wrexham to draw at plus 225. Then in the Premier League, we're going to take Nottingham Forest on the road at Ipswich at minus 105. Separate bet, we're going to take Forest on the double chance and parlay that with Wolves on the double chance. It's pricey at minus 147, but it would take a shocking result for this to not go through. Then we're going to go to La Liga, and we're going to take Real Madrid on the double chance and parlay that with Real Betis on the double chance. That game's on Sunday, so you have to scroll just a little bit. We get that at minus 135.
Love it. We will see y'all later with some more basketball picks. Be sure to follow us.
Bye.